I said, do you think I'm a penguin or what? I mean, you don't need to make a creature out of your car. Now I got used to it, so it's okay. Now, but then I really suffered.
You like it?
Yeah, so hello. Alon, do you want to say something? Is it already said? We still have 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I know. אתה יודע לעשות הקלטה? אתה רואה את זה? על זה? אתה רואה בשלוש נקודות? record. אתה יכול לפתוח את ה... קודם כל בואו נפתח את הזהו. יופי. record to computer. אוקיי, סבבה.
Recording in progress.
יעל, I want to tell you something. יעל.
Hi, Yael. Boy, what happened to your eye?
Happy to see you. What? Didn't
You
tell
look
you?
like a pirate.
No, I just was diagnosed a year and a half ago with terminal cancer.
Oh.
So I have a lot of metastases and tumors in my bones. So yeah, it's okay. This is my spiritual path, and I'm doing great. Although
that you have to carry. I'm sorry to hear. I put you on the dedication list if it's okay for you. We do special practices sometimes.
yeah,
So, yeah.
thank you
We do
so
like
much.
medicine Buddha every Monday morning and the other stuff also.
Wow,
I'm happy to know that you seem to be able to cope with it.
I do. This
Yeah,
is
it
my
looks like
dream
it.
from childhood
There
to
you go,
become
you know.
a
Good
truth
example.
of God.
Yeah. Good
So,
example. You were,
This is my journey.
You were a very good practitioner already when you were healthy. So now you
Thank
can
you
be a
so
great
much.
example for people who are going through the same as you are.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I already healed my body from few diseases that was untreatable by the conventional medicine. So it's part of my life.
Okay.
And I'm really thank you so much for your words, because I can see the spiritual path that I'm going through, and I never felt so happy, so loved, and it's just feelings that come from within. So with a lot of work. There are hard moments too, but
Yes,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my journey.
Wow, thank you for telling us. Thank you for letting us know what's going on.
Thank you. Thank you for all your teaching. I'm very happy that I met you and I heard you. I learned from you a lot. I still have memories from things that you were able to deliver it and just, making me see things more clearly and understand it. So thank you so much for everything.
You are maybe putting up people's hopes here. So.
You are,
I mean, no, you really, I mean, a lot of it was your part of it, because you seem to have this you have this very natural, very good understanding of how to apply the tools. Not just to know it intellectually, but really to apply them, and you've always been doing that. You're some kind of natural practitioner. Somebody has to, right? Okay. This is nice, when you're in control.
So I'm happy that I see you now, and I'm happy that I can just hear you and your wisdom and your courage, and I'm very, very, very grateful that you took your path and you did it from your heart, from your life, and did this journey and bring it to us. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. Thank you, Yael.
אנחנו צריכים מיקרופון? או שאנחנו עושים במה?
Quite a strong voice. Everybody hears me? Yeah.
שומעים בבית בסדר?
כן.
יופי.
Yofi.
מי זה ליאורה?
Yeah, Leora Price is there also. In her beautiful house in Yorkfurt.
איפה אתה? לא רואים. Where are you?
הצטמצמתי.
Maybe you have to turn the camera. I can't even turn the computer because the camera is there. There's no point if I would turn it.
אחר כך אנחנו נתחיל עם המורה.
He looks very handsome in his, I won't say where it's from.
Long hair.
In his shoe. He's got a bit of a beard now.
This is a lazy beard. אז אנחנו נתחיל.
Okay.
I say some words in Hebrew.
Yeah, of course. Maybe can we have the camera on you so people can see you? The handsome Alon?
אבל they are not seeing it because this is just a video.
Oh no,
It doesn't connect.
yeah, okay, the room is not open.
אתה יכול אולי לעשות את זה.
You can come sit here.
אוקיי. Now Leora will see me.
There.
Hello ליאורה.
חמוד אחד.
ליאורה ואני עשינו המון מטבחים ביחד, היא תוכל להעיד שהכל זה אמיתי ולא סתם סיפרת לכם סיפורים. כן.
אולי ננסה פעם, מי יודע.
This is nice. We can just spend the evening like this, you know. People here talking to the people there. To connect in a very nice way. I wouldn't mind. But anyway, you talk.
אז ערב טוב לכולם, אני אשים את זה בצד, אולי לא צריך, גם שומעים אותי. אנחנו בשיעור של שעתיים עם המורה לוסאנג בנושא מאמץ נלהב, מאמץ נכון. מי שלא מכיר את המורה לוסאנג, או כמו שחלקנו למדנו אותה בתחילת הדרך, המורה ריטה. את ריטה פגשתי ב-2005, in 2005. I'll talk about later.
Wow, 2000.
We are 20 years.
Are you?
You and me. I know you for 20 years.
Okay.
אז המורה לוסאנג נולדה בשוויצריה, משפחה נוצרית, בגיל 16 עזבה את בית ספר והחלה את החיפוש שלה בדרך החיים. המלצה לכולם. כחלק מעיסוקיה הרב-גוניים עסקה בטיפוס הרים, ניהלה מסעדה, שימשה מורה לסקי, חיה עלי וטיילה בעולם. המסעות שלה הביאו אותה לדהרמה בצפון הודו, שם התוודעה לראשונה לדלי למה ולבודהיזם הטיבטי. ב-1990 השתתפה בקורס לבודהיזם טיבטי בקופן, במנזר קופן בקטמנדו, שם פגשה את המורה שלה לעתיד, קירטי צנצ'ו ברינפוצ'ה, ולאחר הקורס החליטה להתמסר לבודהיזם. בשנת 91 קיבלה עליה לוסאנג את נדרי הנזירות. מאז ועד שנת 2006 היא חיה במרכז תושיטה שבדהרמה, היא לימדה שם בודהיזם טיבטי, העבירה שם קורסים רבים, אלפי תלמידים פגשו אותה, תלמידים ערביים, ולמדו אצלה. ומדי שנה, מ-2006, היא מבקרת בשיחה, לתלמידי הקמ"ם, וזו זכות מאוד גדולה. Many thanks. I have another lecture like this in the end.
Okay. How long do we go on?
5 hours without the break.
Okay. It's for me actually no problem because I prepared the Shantideva 7th chapter, which has 76 verses plus the commentary, so 5 hours would be just about right. Now you laugh, you guys, but wait. We don't make a break and we just continue. I wonder if you're still laughing. How many of you have been to Lama Zopa Rinpoche's teachings? Nobody. Okay, so you don't know how that is. You know, when the person who is sitting here goes on and on and on and on and on, and then after maybe 5-6 hours, and then all of a sudden he stops and he says, okay, now we dedicate. And people who don't know him, they relax and think, okay, you know, dedication, 2-3 verses. His dedication, at least an hour. So those people who knew him, they didn't relax yet. Yeah. So that was Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Zopa means patience. So, you know, many of us have been sitting in these talks and kind of thinking, what am I doing here? And this and that, but it was amazing. Lama has many disciples. He started many projects also. But he was definitely not common Like, you know, he was not accommodating the Western mind, okay, an hour and a half with a break in the middle or something like that. He was, for me, he was a Buddha. He's not alive anymore because he was in a different dimension somehow. He would come in, of course the lamas always come in last, you know, and then people would stand, and he would look at the Buddhas, always full of admiration anyway, and then he would start explaining something. And we were all standing, you know, like this in Bogaya. We were all standing, and he would go, he was kind of talking about frustrations, I think, and the power of the holy object. 3 hours, and we were still standing. And then he looks around and he says, "Oh, sorry, please sit down." And I mean, he was not very common, not very easy also to be with. But yeah, many disciples, very devoted, very helping him with all these projects. How did we get to that? Oh, 5 hours. So don't worry. What time will it? 2 hours. Okay, so
9 o'clock.
9 we finish. So make sure that we finish. As I get older, also, I usually keep to the time. Okay, so yeah, as Alon was saying, I've been coming here since now 25 years. Now, I don't need to tell you that the situation has changed in these 25 years. First time I came was Intifada, you know. And you mentioned Kitty Tsentrab Rinpoche. If it wouldn't be for him, I wouldn't come to Israel. Because the only Israelis I knew were the ones fresh out of the army with their Enfields in Dharamsala, not very respectful, doing a meditation course, but very disruptive. So I thought, why should I go and teach in that? Boaz asked me to come, and I said, I don't think so. Because, you know, because these young people are fresh out of the army, they're not, how to say, they're not in their right mind yet. So I thought everybody was like this. You know, how am I to know that there is normal people in this country? So, but then you can't make decisions like this. You know, you have a master, you have a guru, so you go and ask. So I always ask Tsentrab Rinpoche the question so that he would already in the question understand that I don't want to go. So that's how I asked. And he said, no, it's okay, you can go. So then, you see, if I would have said from my own side, this is not supposed to be a talk on Guru. I don't know why I started with the Gurus. Lama Zopa, now Tsentrab Rinpoche, maybe it's not on enthusiasm. I don't know. So you see, if you have a guide like this, so I'm not a Guru, okay? I don't have this kind of big heart and wisdom and all this, I don't. But if you meet somebody in your life, a spiritual practitioner that you really see they live what they teach, and you feel your heart opening just being in the presence of them, then you're very lucky and you're very fortunate, because they can send you in situations that you would never go if you make your own decision. If it would have been for me, I would have said, no, thank you. I don't understand, I'm totally pro-Palestinian. I didn't understand the situation as a foreigner. How can you understand the situation here? But it was because of him. And when your guru tells you to go, you go. And you have the confidence it will be of benefit somehow. I don't know how, I didn't know how. I thought maybe just for me that I don't know. So I just came. And you go somehow with an open heart and with the confidence that it will be of benefit. Yeah, I did a lot of Tara praises, kind of, may I be of benefit, may I be of benefit, may I be of benefit. And it was an amazing visit. Leora still maybe remembers, and Ruti Katz I saw is somewhere there also. She also remembers from the beginning. It was really amazing how people were very enthusiastic, and we used to do like retreats, you know, of 10 days, 25 years ago. People had time. People took the time to come for 10 days. So it's quite amazing. And I never regretted to come. So now, because I thought, well, there must be something there. so of benefit. So then, now of course the situation has changed. I was here when the whole thing started. You know, people in Europe freaked out. They told me, oh, go home, come home immediately, this and that. I don't know why. I mean, it's like, now is a good time to practice. It's the best time, actually, to practice. Also, you know, I'm a bit of a coward, so I didn't see myself going to the airport and fighting for a space on an aeroplane, because as you remember, it's very difficult to get out of the plane. It was very difficult to come back in. It was very difficult to get out. So I was in Benami. We were doing Nunes, very strong practice, practice with the Buddha of compassion, and I thought I stay. So then I stayed. I came back last year also, and so when people now in Europe, they ask me, why are you going to Israel? Why? So I said, well, why not? So it has become a habit in a way, you know, and so yeah. So then also people in Europe, I mean, some of you who have been to Europe, maybe you know how Europeans, how they think, because also don't judge them so much, they don't know the situation. I don't know the situation, I mean, all I know is from the media. Maybe you know a little bit more, but maybe also most of the things you know is also from the media. So then, you know, people there, they ask me, how are they? I said, well, you're asking me how they are, you see what is happening. They suffer. Yeah, but the Palestinians suffer much more. And then I go, what do you think? This is a competition on suffering or what? It's just very, very, very sad what is happening. And there seems to be no way out. So I'm not here to tell you a way out. I don't know. If I would know, I'd be world famous. But I can give you some Buddhist tools how to think, and they're not my tools, because I was in Leora's house actually when I prepared. Because I was in Yod Fat until yesterday. So then it's Shantideva's words. How many of you know Shantideva, okay? Some of you. It's a wonderful text if you want to attain enlightenment. If you just want to have a good life, I wouldn't recommend it. No, really. Then you have to find other ways and means and tools. So in this very difficult situation, sometimes I doubt, because I came in, already there, I said to Alon, I said, well, for people who don't really practice, sometimes I'm not sure if giving the Dharma in a clear way, as it is for people who have as a motivation to attain liberation and enlightenment, and if you don't have that, is the Dharma really helpful or is it actually harmful? I'm not so sure. Yeah, because all the tools, all the methods are to really understand the nature of your mind. It's not to understand the world. It's not to understand the enemy. It's not to understand your friends. It's to understand the nature of your mind as being totally pure, totally spacious, and actually totally good. And actually, everybody who has a mind. So sometimes, you know, if one has a lot of anger and is kind of pointing outside their fault, and if they would be different, and if they would do that, then I would be much happier. It kind of seems true, because that's how it looks, but it's not really true. I've been coming here since 25 years. We've always been discussing anger, jealousy, the neighbor, fighting, that, this and that. And now I see now people are really low and are really desperate, but you weren't that much happier 25 years ago. I'm sorry to say. I'm very honest, and I know you can take it. If you can't take it and it's too much, then, you know, the door is open, don't worry. I'm not getting angry, but I'm kind of not, I don't like to beat around the bush, but to as a foreigner, as somebody who comes since 25 years, for almost 3 months, every year, it's not that, I'm not saying you're not more sad and more difficult now, but you didn't seem that much happier 25 years ago. Does that help if you hear that? Or does it, you know? If I tell you, I'm from Switzerland, it's such a beautiful country. You know, I take the train. And I traveled through Switzerland, and I'm so amazed because it's so beautiful, it almost hurts. It is so beautiful, especially in the summer when the weather is good. Everything is green, everything is clean. We talked about it in the car. The mountains, the lakes. People complain. People are not happy. People have problems with their neighbors, with the immigrants, with this and with that and whatever. So it seems as if there would be peace, you would be totally happy. It seems. Well, you would be happy, of course, for a short while. But only for a short while. Then again, the neighbor, your boss, I don't know, your husband, your wife. What did you say about if you want to practice patience? No, when we came in, you have to choose a wife that is...
No, you said it.
Oh, I said it.
One of the retreats of the Lojong, Losang said, even though you practice Lojong, it doesn't mean that you need to marry the most difficult woman.
Or man.
This is yours.
Okay, so you see the Buddhist tools and the Buddhist methods, for me they are suggestions. And there is thousands of methods in Buddhism how to get to the goal to understand the nature of your mind. And that's what it is. And I mean, why do we have problems? Why do we fight? Because we don't understand as the mind being by nature free of any unhelpful emotions. But this kind of purity, it is covered. It is covered with our own views of me and them. And them can be your friends also, but it's still not just my mind projecting outside. Everything we see, we think it exists the way that it appears, but it does not. But we're convinced it is. Also, with Noah, we talked about, think about impermanence. I mean, it's a terrible thing to say, but it's a fact. Even this very difficult situation at the moment, for all of us, it will be finished, just like that. When? When we die. But when the situation is so difficult, it seems as if it will go on forever and forever. Maybe it will go on forever and forever and forever, but not for you. Because all of us will die. Then we go, yeah, but my children. You won't remember your children when you're dead. This is it. You see, if you bring in these kind, he's grinning because you don't have children. You know, if you have children, it's very difficult to not think like this, right? It's very difficult because you care about them. You feel for their future. What kind of future will they have? Of course, but you will not remember. Once you're dead, that's it. You will be reborn, maybe as they're, maybe in a place you don't even know the word Israel. Somebody said the other day, one thing I know that I don't want to be reborn as a Jew. Because it's true, gosh, everybody always bashes you up. I don't know why. I think you're too good. People are jealous. You're really good. You're resilient, you're still here, you know. People come after you. Hitler, the Nazis wanted to eliminate you, didn't succeed. You're top in science, art, everything, medicine. Maybe that's the price. One little aspect, who knows? If you're not so good, nobody cares. Nobody's jealous. Anyway. So Alon asked me to talk about enthusiasm. And of course, being enthusiastic in this very difficult situation, you don't dare. I talked to Alon. Last Sunday I was in Nazareth in this silent peace walk. It was very inspiring. And people dared to be joyful the whole afternoon. We were sitting together discussing. There was Maoz and Aziz, who are two people, one Jewish Israeli, one Arab, Palestinian Israeli, full of hope. And dare to have hope. they dare to have hope. So you can be one of those. To continue to dare to have hope. Not so much for the situation to change, but for you to be able to be with the situation in a more uplifting way. So we had Medicine Buddha, I think, in Monash, and also there somebody came at the end. She said, you know, because we also talked about dare to be joyful. I mean, joyful doesn't mean youpie, everything is okay, but open and being able to laugh about little things. It's so important to not to dare to do that. And so she said, yeah, but what, me in my own little bubble? I said, yeah, you in your own little bubble, there's no point, you don't do it. But if you are in your own little bubble trying to keep some kind of joy, and you do it with the attitude for the benefit of others, then it's no more little bubble. Because going around being depressed and low in energy and this and that, it doesn't really help anybody. And you know, this one almost magic sentence in Mahayana Buddhism, for the benefit of others. It changes you, it gives you so much energy, and it changes the whole thing. You drink tea, and just, it's totally not logic, and you don't know how, because you're not thinking, how will I benefit others? What you are doing, you're just creating the attitude for the benefit of others. For which others? Let's forget about the ones that you don't like. For those that I meet, for those that see me, for those that talk about me, for those that talk to me, for those who hear me. You get up in the morning and think, whoever I meet today with my body, speech and mind may be of benefit to them. You drink your tea for the benefit of others. It's magic. Something changes. Something opens. And it gives you hope. Your hope, maybe not, because the situation really, even to me as a Swiss person, seems hopeless. So, but at least it opens you up, and this is so important. Yeah. Oh, you look at me so kind. Okay. So yeah, so for the benefit of others, I mean, this is, and then for the benefit of others, one doesn't want, as a Mahayana Buddhist, so I'm talking Buddhism, okay? Because that's what I know. I cannot talk psychology, kind of ordinary therapist. I'm not a therapist. I left school, I was 15. Since then I've not been back to school. So then, you know, I have no diplomas whatsoever. I don't know why I'm sitting here talking to you, to be honest. If it wouldn't be for Kids Central Rinpoche, definitely I wouldn't do that. But somehow, through some kind of miracle, I don't know, you know, I am in, what's it called? Rothschild Avenue, Boulevard, whatever it's called. Somebody, what, person, are you here? Maybe you, right?
What?
No, with the pram? No, it wasn't you.
Gal?
Maybe Gal,
Gal
exactly.
Mm.
So somebody, I was just sitting there totally absent-minded. I was sitting on a bench, you know, kind of. I just sitting there and looking at people, and somebody comes and says, "Ani Losang?" And I say, yes, and woof, big smile on her face. This is thanks to the Buddha's teachings, maybe thanks to my robes, not because of me. Yeah, she doesn't even know me, so it cannot, you see, I could get really proud and think, wow, I must be really great. But she doesn't know me. So why is she happy when she saw me? Because you're thinking about alone. That's it. I could be very jealous of you. Because without you, she would know me. Because she said, I'm a lone student, I heard you coming to ציונה, and I'm so happy to see you. That is being of benefit to others. I didn't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is thanks to the teachings, because sometimes, you know, I throw out all these methods, and as Noah was saying, sometimes it can be helpful. Sometimes also on the Peace March, there were people, I didn't remember them at all, who had done maybe one workshop, maybe what, 10, 15 years ago, and she'd say, you said that one sentence, I still use it. And it actually, exactly, one was for the benefit of others. And she says, I'm applying that all the time, and it's really, really helpful, especially now in these very difficult times. So, so enthusiasm is the fourth, right? The fourth of the 6 perfections.